live. All right, we got two of the platforms up. Come on in, invite a friend. Matter of fact, invite about 10 because it's Floating Yogi's Book Club and we about to go in. So let me get this last one on. Let me get this last one on and popping. And then we're going to get it on and rocking. So use this time to invite a friend. Matter of fact, use this time to invite about 10. Peace and love, IG. There we go. We got Facebook rocking. We got IG rocking. We got YouTube non-stopping. Now we just gonna invite some folk in. And I encourage you to do the same. Invite a friend. Matter of fact, invite about 10. Because we reading mindset and we about to go in. I'm going to do a little quick catch up. I encourage you to drop your email in the chat, in the cheesy. Send it to Pay Ogre. He'll send you the link to the Zoom room. You can hop on in, we can vibe, chat, and it won't be this ridiculous delay that we're going to be dealing with. Anyway, boom, sent. What's going on, Jackie? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Alright, add as a moderator, confirm. What's good, what's good? So, now that we here, I am the Floating Yogi, and this is Floating Yogi's Book Club, brought to you by Yogi, Urban Yogic Wellness and Education, where we're restructuring health and wellness in the community, one healthy habit at a time. What's good, Jazz? One of the people who helped me be me, help me do what I do, we got my guy Payover. He's part of the crew. So if you want to be a part of the Zoom room, I encourage you, send him a line, send him your email. He'll send you the link. You can slide in the Zoom room and we can just circumvent this whole situation that's happening. All right, what else we got? Another person who helps me be me, helps me do what I do. We got my guy Brent LV. A lot of the digital content that you'll see, those animated moving things for book club, for midday mind right, all those fancy saucy things, you can check them out. He's the guy who be hooking me up, be putting me together. And if you don't know, Jasmine got the rocket, Jasmine got the yin, she got them Jones popping, so you better hit her up and see what's good, and the sound healing. Alright, moving forward. I'd also like to thank Lifeform because they are still going strong this month. Lifeform sponsoring the book club and midday meditations with UE, Urban Yogic Wellness and Education. And of course, UE, where we're restructuring health and wellness in the community, one healthy habit at a time, bringing the power of healing and evolution back to the individual's hands. So let's get into this book. Last week we were talking about character, and we were talking about how character is what allows you to stay at the top. You don't necessarily have to have the best character to get to the top. However, to maintain something, you do have to have that type of discipline, that type of will to stick to something with regularity. And it also just goes that we were talking about other ways that it just seeps into other aspects of life. And then we got to the crossing point. Excuse me. What is success? And that's the question. What is success to you? I like to look at, a lot of times I realize people brandish success as the things that we see inside manifest, the things that we see inside our head manifesting outside in the exterior world. But what is it to you? Well, what is it to you? Let us see. Alright. Finding number one. Those with the growth mindset found success in doing their best, in learning and improving. And that is exactly what we find in the champions. For me, the joy of the athletes has never been resided in winning. Jackie Joyner Kersey tells us, I derive as much happiness from the process as the result. I don't mind losing as long as I see improvement or I feel I've done as well as I possibly could. If I lose, I'll just go back to the track and work some more. The idea that personal success is when you work your hardest to become your best was central to John Wooden's life. In fact, he says there were many, many games that gave me such pleasure as any of the 10 national championship games that we won, simply because we prepared fully and played near a highest level of ability. That's some real stuff, because if you, what's good, Spiritual Ward? If you, when you're actually like playing good, when you put a plan in action and then it just follows through, just as effortless as you see it in your head, that's a good feeling. That's like, dang, I was right, yo. I did that. I knew that. Yeah. All right. Let's see if I can do it again with a little twist. Throw a little lime in that thing. And also, you always hear it all the time. They say like the journey it's about the journey, not the destination. It's the same concept. The more that we're able, and it's really just to get us to switch our mindset, so we're not focused so much on the result. Because the more we focus on the result, we focus on the tangible object as opposed to the process getting there. One is going to be a lot longer and more time consuming than the other. I'm gonna let you guess which one that is. The process of getting, let's say I'm working on one hand handstand. The process of me getting and holding that one hand handstand is so much longer than I'm gonna have that MFer. Was good basket case. Tiger Woods and Mia Hamm are two of the fiercest competitors who ever lived. They loved to win, but what counted most for them was the effort that made them that they made even when they didn't win. They could be proud of that. McHenry and Bean could not. After the 98 Masters tournaments, Wood was disappointed that he did not repeat his win of the previous year. But he felt good about his top 10 finish. I squeezed the towel dry this week. I'm very proud of the way I hung in there. Or after the British Open, where he finished third, sometimes you get even more satisfaction out of creating a score when things aren't completely perfect, when you're not feeling so well with your swing. That's real too. When you're not on top, when you're not like shining, and you can still like make something happen, it's like, dang, okay, I still got it. I can have faith in myself. I can trust myself. Tiger is a hugely ambitious man. He wants to be at his best, even the best ever. But the best me, that's a little bit more important. Mia Hamm tells us, after every game or practice, if you walk off the field knowing that you gave everything you had, you will always be a winner. I strongly support those thoughts. I say, do something. If you're going to do it, do it. And if you don't, and if you're not going to do it, then don't do it. With the same type of tapas, as we say here in yoga, is the same type of intensity in our spiritual practice. Don't do it. It don't mean be an asshole about it, but it means whatever you do choose to do, divert that same type of energy towards it. So we're not getting off of the energy bandwagon. Ooh, we're going to get into that in the next book. Anyway, moving forward. Why did the country fall in love with her team? They saw that we truly love what we do, and we give everything that we have to each other and to each game. For those with the fixed mindset, success is about establishing their superiority, pure and simple, being that somebody who is worthier than nobodies. There was a time, I'll admit it, McHenry says, when my head was so big I could barely fit it through the door. There was talk about effort and personal best. There is none. Some people don't want to rehearse. They just want to perform. Other people want to practice 100 times first. I'm the former group. Remember, in a fixed mindset, effort is not a cause for pride. It is something that casts doubt on your talent. Ooh. We not falling into those. What's good, Dr. Bashiro? Yeah, we not falling into those thoughts, thinking that the effort that we put in is doubting the talent that we have or the work that we have put in to learn the skills that we've acquired over time. Yeah, now we not falling into them traps.
What page we on?
What page we on? We on page 99. What is failure? What up, Janice? Good to hear from you, homie. You want to join the Zoom room? Go hit up Payoga, Tony, and he gonna hook you up. He gonna send you the link. We gonna slide in and start growing in the Zoom room. Whoop whoop. No, do not end the video. Alright, let's see.
I would say
for me, failure is not following through with something that you're committed to.
Boom! I love it. Plain and simple. Pure and true. I support those thoughts. Not following through with something that you said you would. Yeah, absolute. I could rock with that. Who else in the Zoom room got an idea? What's failure to you?
I think failure nowadays is looked at the same way education is, or at least in these spiritual growth circles. Education is a broad term which doesn't really say much. It's like a catalyst or a tool. Education is like a catalyst or a tool, like knowledge versus wisdom. Failure is an experience of unintended consequence. So you failed at something. You did not hit what you intended to, so you failed. However, what we do with that, or what that's perceived as, or how that works, or what the results, or, everything other than the basis of what failure is, which is not hitting the intended goal, is still up for grabs.
I like where you're going with this. I like this, sir. I support
failure.
The verbiage is great.
Failure can be crippling. Failure can be learning. Failure can be success. Oh, my favorite quote is that the master has failed more times than the rookie has tried. That's one of my favorite quotes. Because as a musician and as a cheerleader, as a tumbler, I have fallen on more back handsprings and more backflips in my life than most people that I have coached will ever try.
Hey,
you have probably fallen out of more poses than I will ever attempt in my life.
Hey, as long as we failing forward, we got the chat going wild. We got the chat hitting it.
Exactly.
Failure is giving up on your dreams. I support those thoughts. When I'm done trying, I have failed. The complete failure, if I miss my mark, I like how you said failure is a lot like similar to the education. What we see is education. Because that's what education really is. Learning things. Going through things. Falling. What do we learn on the fall? How can we make the adjustments? I like where you're going with this, my guy. Daggone it. Oh, let me crush this daggone orange. This little mandarin. The student becomes the master. Alright, let's see. What is failure? What's Carol Dweck telling us about failure? Finding number 2. What's good? Just breathe with Lou. Alright. Those with the growth mindset found setbacks motivating. They're informative. They're a wake-up call. Only once did Michael Jordan try to coast. It was the year that he returned to the Bulls after his stint in baseball, and he learned his lesson. The Bulls were eliminated in the playoffs. You can't leave and think that you can come back and dominate this game. But I will be physically and mentally prepared from now on. Truer words are rarely spoken. And the Bulls won the NBA title the next 3 years. Glad to have you in here, man. Glad to have you back vibing with the book club. What's up, Kelly? You want to be part of the Zoom room? Go on, hit up my guy, Payoker. He'll send you the link. We can vibe. We can chat. We already know where it's at. Come on. Alright. Michael Jordan embraces failures. In fact, in one of his favorite ads for Nike, he says, I've missed more than 9,000 shots. I've lost almost 300 games, 26 times. I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. You can be sure that a lot of the time, he went back and practiced the shot 100 times. Here's how Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the greatest basketball player, reacted when college basketball outlawed his signature shot, the dunk. later reinstated. Many thought that would stop his ascent to greatness. Instead, he worked twice as hard on developing other shots. His bank off the glass, his sky hook, his turnaround jumper, and he absorbed the growth mindset from the coach Woodson and put it to good use. In the fixed mindset, setbacks label you. Get those labels away.
The obstacle becomes the way. Think about anything you really, really love to do. Like, think about a video game. Because most people have played some game. And you either lost the level, lost the life, lost the power up, something happened. But you were just like, okay, now I know not to do that again. Let's get this game. Let's do this thing.
1,000%. 1,000%. We learn from the experience. And it's not just information that you can read out of a book. We learn how to apply things. We learn the accuracy of our judgments. It's so much that we get from experience. It's existential knowledge, not intellectual. Not, oh, let's read this book and now I know what's happening. Oh. Deductive reasoning, Watson. Moving forward. How come... Oh, no, wrong side. John McEnroe could never even thought of losing. Even worse was the thought of losing to someone who was a friend or relative. That would make him less special. For example, he hoped desperately for his best friend Peter to lose to him in the finals at Maui after Peter had beaten him in an earlier round. He wanted it so badly that he couldn't watch the match. Another time, he played with his brother Patrick in the finals in Chicago and said to himself, God, if I lose to Patrick, that's it. I'm jumping off the Sears Tower. Here's how failure motivated him. Everyone is different. That's important. Oh my gosh. Here's how failure motivated him. In 1979, he played a mixed doubles at the Wimbledon. He didn't play doubles again for 20 years. Why? He and his partner lost in 3 straight sets. Plus, McEnroe lost his serve twice while no one else lost theirs even once. That was the ultimate embarrassment. I said, that's it. I'm never playing again. I can't handle this. In 1981, McEnroe bought a beautiful black Les Paul guitar that week, and he went to see his buddy Guy play at the Checkerboard Lounge in Chicago. Instead of feeling inspired to take lessons or practice, McEnroe went home and smashed his guitar to pieces. I would love that guitar. Maybe for resale, maybe for casual play. However, if someone wants to gift that guitar after they glue it back, I'll take it.
That's crazy though.
Yo.
That's like jealousy preventing you from starting, or fear of failure preventing you from starting.
Yeah, from even starting, yo. From even starting. That's powerful. That's unfortunate. Because you don't even get to see if you can actually do it. But like they were saying earlier in the book, I personally know some people who do this, where they'll intentionally not try to then look back and be like, well, I could have did it. Nah. Well, I'm fast, or I'm good with this, and it's like they start giving all these. And this is why I was like, it's an inaccurate judgment. It's like, yo, you didn't even try. Like, if you're all these good things, why don't you just do it? Okay. I got you, right? I know. Yeah, you're talking shit. Let's stop.
It's all about perspective, though. Like, how do you... Okay.
No.
If it's me and you, like, people who play together know each other, cool, I can take that. But, I think the average person looking at the other average person, that's a judgment call. Or if someone says that, then I think you should take that for face value, like as if it was true. Like, no need to second guess or anything like that. Because if they believe they could do it, but chose not to, then we can look at what they did choose to do instead and why. Like there's 100 different perspectives of situations to look at, and so somebody who chooses not to do something, like there are infinite reasons, there are infinite solutions to every problem. So like I said, if it's me and you trying to call me out, like okay, me and you, we get you done astral projected all in my aura before, so you can come up, you can tell me some secrets that I didn't tell you and I believe. So, but for the regular person, I feel we should definitely take it as face value. For the average person, we should take it as they say. Empathy, believing it as people say it is instead of how you believe it to be.
No, I'm always going to go with option B. Always. They're gonna, hey, what up, Shar? If you like cookies, get some from Shar's Cookie Jar. Them jokes are smacking. The guy that don't be hitting. Sidebar. Back to what we were saying. Yeah. Now I'm gonna take my view of reality. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna take what they say into consideration or see it as a perspective. However, which one am I gonna follow? Mine. This one.
I feel like that's my superpower.
What up,
because I feel like most people are like you, and I feel like I can literally live vicariously through other people.
Yeah.
Like drain myself completely. It's weird.
I don't know about draining myself, but I definitely live vicariously through the people in my soul room. Their little joys, their little victories, their little aha moments. They be feeling me so much. It's like, oh, all I had to do was that? Wow, it was so much closer than I thought it was. Or, we were working on this for so long, and now I don't even have to think about it. And it's like, it's those little things. No, you're doing good. Yeah, I'm not crying. It's the humidity. I'm yawning. It's messing with my tear ducts. That's how it is. So now I feel you on that. But just some random person tells me I do a lot of things to try to see things as clear as I can, and I do things that most people wouldn't do. Not to say it's impossible, but I just know most people don't. So I'm gonna trust the additional work that I put in, and use other people's, light as a little bit of guidance. Okay, that was a little hot, so we're gonna cool it down next time, Jarek. Yeah. Next time. You still got burnt this time, though. My bad. It'll be alright. But I do know people who are motivated by like that envy, motivated by the greed, motivated by the jealousy, and I've actually seen people transmute that energy in a healthy way. And I'm not saying that is for everyone. Please, I would encourage you to only use it when you have to, as opposed to going out and looking for jealousy, envy, hate to transmute. Please don't look for it. It is enough of it in the world. But I have seen some people use it in a healthy way. And I will say that is, some of it can be crazy, but some of it can be really impactful to see and experience. It made me look at how I was feeling and dealing with my emotions a little differently, because it's like, nah, there is a way to deal with this really shitty feeling. Okay.
One of the key things for me was to always coach mindset when I had my competitive teams, cheerleaders for those who don't know, and I always told them, your goal isn't to make someone else feel bad by being better than them. Your goal is to be the best you can be and be better by comparing yourself to someone else, so that you can both look at where you're at and both be better than if you weren't doing so. So I've always preached that spirit of competition is healthy for both people to improve more so than if it wasn't there.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. I'm about to nerd out real quick. So, talking about that, it's like a true Goku Vegeta situation. Back in the day.
Oh!
Right? Right? Back in the day, I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I played Pokemon heavily. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Even more heavily. And I played Magic less heavily than Yu-Gi-Oh! More so than Pokemon. Needless to say, card games was my jam. I like card games. I was playing, and I had no commercials international. DJ Thrill, he would be like my rival, and it would be some type of, oh, I hate you. I'm gonna specifically construct myself to beat you in all that you do type stuff. And so it was like DBZ rivalry. We'd come back with a deck. He'd beat me, I'd beat him. Then we'll improve on it. Then we'll play other people with the improvements that we had. We'll fucking slaughter them, yo. It was garbage. Slaughtered them. And then we'd come back and then play each other, add the little tweaks and stuff to it that we had from playing other people, and just continue to refine. And it got to a point where the decks that we created ended up being like the only thing that people would use. No one would use another strategy because it became so effective and efficient. They called it the beatdown deck. We had a few other decks in like Magic, like a deck you deck, which forced you to draw cards. Each time you drew cards, you would take damage. Each time you had too many cards in your hand and had to drop something, you'd take more damage. Then we make you cycle your deck back together and then draw more cards and you take more damage. So it's a strategy game, needless to say. But it was the rivalry of having someone to go back and forth with to help refine and improve it. And just saucy, yo. Just saucy. I feel you on that.
I guess my question is, can you be competitive without having that sense of envy or jealousy or, pride? Can you do the competition without being boastful or prideful? Or being jealous of their deck, for example? I mean, example you did.
I think you can have competition without being jealous or envious. But I do think at some point those emotions come in.
You have to deal with them.
Yeah, and you got to deal with them. And that's honestly why I think like competitive sports is really good. Because it teaches us to deal with it teaches us to deal with other people. It teaches us to deal with our emotions.
Yeah.
It teaches us to focus and heighten.
Yeah, for sure.
It's one of them experiential things. It creates a game for us to like go through the same things and then reflect on how we can improve on them. So,
yeah.
I mean,
it's just something I think about like a kid.
That's a good question.
Because they do like soccer and basketball, and then it's like my daughter will come off the soccer field and she'll be like, I'm faster than Alice, and I'm this and that.
And there's the pride, yeah. And then
there's the pride.
But that, I'm sure that helps her, like, okay, that gives her confidence that she's not slow, or that she can do whatever it is, and might even make the process better, like running laps or whatever she does to train. It might make her more inspired because this is back to what Tony said about the idea of success, being better than other people. We do have to shift that. That's the thing. Damn.
Yeah. It's hard as a parent.
Yeah. I'm working on the encourage the effort part, and I'm getting really good at it. But I do still slip up and say, yeah, you did good because you...
Yeah, and then I wonder, like the other day I was wondering, like, how much am I inadvertently contributing to their feelings of envy and pride by being like so encouraging. Like, oh my gosh, you're so good at soccer, and da, 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 da. And then that puts in their mind, I don't know, they get kind of like a dopamine rush or something from that, and then in their mind they will then get jealous that somebody else is better, or they may be proud of that. So I'm like nervous sometimes. I'm not doing a good job.
Oh my gosh, all the emotions. Oh, once Julie can start talking, it's gonna be like actually having full-on combos. Whew, okay.
Yeah.
I think like the goal for competition is that in the grand scheme of things, like you're competing against your past selves. Like you want to forgetting about. I mean, it's hard to really convince a kid that, but it's like like this is stronger than you've ever been, even if they lose. Like finding something that they did that they've never done before. Like so.
Nah, I like that because you could have been maybe you didn't run your fastest or lift the most, but you lifted more than you have before, type thing. I see what you're saying.
The other thing that I always coached was competition isn't the competition. Like the competition day is only one day.
Yeah.
Like no matter what happens on that day, we still got there. And we still did hours and hours of work to get there. So I don't care if you pass out on the way to the stage and don't do nothing. We still got here. And I know what you're capable of because you've done it in practice 100 times. And you're going to do it tomorrow and next week. Just not today. So I mean, like, that's something else. So the competition itself, the competition day is only that. It's only one day. It's only one event. It's only one competition. But the training, and that's what bonds athletes together.
Yeah.
Because everybody that's there has put in, endless amounts of time into the same craft. And there's a respect there. Because you all have suffered those hours, separate locations, but same like y'all all know how much it hurts.
Man, it feels like you've been in the Mysore room and you ain't even been in the Mysore room, man. You got to just come on, relocate to VA, come on, relocate to DC, to Maryland, and just come on in the room because you just spitting the bars because that's exactly what happens. I've been practicing in rooms with people I ain't talked to in like 7 years. Then we finally talk and it's like, hey, vibing, instant. It's like, dang, we've been connecting all these years. It's like, dang, we got so much to talk about because it's a whole nother level of respect. I know you in this joint doing the same bullshit I am. Okay. I got a better gauge of how you gonna of life. I could just trust some things. I just know you got a different mindset because you're waking up early. It's only from 6 to 9. Like, you're putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation early in the morning. You got to be a unique individual to wake up to pay to do it too. What? So yeah, I rock with that. I feel it. All right, we got a few minutes left. We got to finish this paragraph and a half. Is it a paragraph and a half? Nope, it's just a paragraph. Here's how failure motivated Sergio Garcia, another golden boy with a mindset issue. Garcia had taken the golf world by storm with his great shots and his charming, boyish ways. He seemed like a younger tiger, but when his performance took a dive, so did his charm. He fired caddy after caddy, blaming them for everything that went wrong. He once blamed the shoes that he slipped and missed the shot. To punish the shoe, he threw it and kicked it. Unfortunately, he almost hit an official. These are the ingenious remedies for failure in the fixed mindset. Next week, taking charge of success. Finding number 3. I'm with that. It feels like we're going to be meditating on some success and failure on Thursday. Just an FYI. Just an FYI. With that being said, yeah, we got a little bit of time. Zoom room, we got a minute. Okay, I'm with the shits. Alright,
Make sure you check in on the Yui Instagram, daily meditation. It's Thursday, midday mind right.
Yes. Checking on the UE stories, the daily meditation, accountability, and meditate, vote, and share. We got some mugs coming up for some Payoga mugs for the meditator, for the voter, for the sharers. What else we got? Monday we got the Floating Yogi's Book Club Monday at 6 p.m. Monday morning we got a sunrise flow with Live Like G. Tuesday we got lead primary at 6. Wednesday we got elevated yoga in person with G. Thursday we got midday mind right restorative yoga at 6. Friday, Monday through Friday, catch me in the Mysore program at Suka Center currently. Saturday 10 to 10:30 the Float and Flow Sunday service. Goodness gracious, let's get it. I'm excited. I hope you are. Hopefully I'll see you at one of those places.
Don't forget about the sound bath.
Oh, thank you. And China and I have a sound bath that's going to be on and popping this Saturday 4 to 6 at Suka Center. The joint's going to be hitting, yo. Hitting. I encourage you to tap in. Questions, comments, want to work on something? Let me know, y'all. Peace.